I know you've talked about betting streaks in baseball a lot, Teddy. And baseball, to me, more so than any other sport, I really put an emphasis on streaks. It just teams get in that. You're playing every day. There's no breaks. Generally, you get a travel day, maybe once a week. That's it. But you're playing almost on a daily basis, so you get rhythms, both good and bad. And we all know that when a team's winning, you're going to lay a big price with them generally because the market's going to move on you. When you're playing a team that's losing, you're going to be at the worst of it there too. If you're betting against, and we'll talk about one of the teams, the Oakland A's have been so bad this year. You got to pay a price, and whenever they do finally win a game in that streak, it really hurts because it's like losing two or more on your unit bets. But here's something: generally, winning or losing streaks are involved from one of two things. Teams either not hitting the ball well or they're not pitching well. And that's the reason that they're losing. And if you look deeper into some of these teams where you can find some better value sometimes, not for us so much here in Vegas, Teddy, because we don't have all the luxuries of the added bets that everybody else has in the other states with the different sports books, but team totals. And here's where I'm getting at. If you look at the Pittsburgh Pirates, they've lost 8 in a row. The key to them losing, they're not hitting the baseball. They have scored 3 runs or less in 8 of their last 10 games. That translates to, if you just bet the Pirates team total under in the last 10 games, you're cashed 9-1, and you're not laying big numbers doing that. Another example is the Colorado Rockies. They've lost 7 in a row. If you look at them, they've given up 6 runs or more in 7 of their last 8 games. That's why they're losing. Yeah, we know that Colorado, they generally are going to give up runs when they're playing at home. But they've been on the road for this streak. And their team total, if you bet their opponent team total over, 7-1 the last 8. And then the last one I'll point out to you is the Oakland A's. We know how bad they've been this year. You know that you're generally laying over 200, 250 if you want to bet against them on a nightly basis. But here's what's wrong with them. They're not scoring runs either. They are scoring 3 runs or less, 6 straight games in that 6-game losing streak. You didn't have to lay 2-1 to cash this one. Just bet Oakland team total under. Perfect 6-0 in those 6 games.
Marco making sense with his What Bettors Learned. When you're talking about these team totals, it's a way to bet against a team without having to lay the big juice to do it. And when you see a team like Oakland, they're got to lay $2 against them every day, or other slumping teams, not like Pittsburgh has been a big chalk of late. You've had to lay a price to go against the Pirates as well. So looking at the team totals, a very potentially profitable way to look at some of these streaks. When teams are finding a way to lose, figure out which way to bet them team total wise. Generally, you're looking at them under or their opponents over the total.